So,
So
do I do the intro, Masha?
Yes. Sorry. I
Okay,
thought we
okay,
were
okay.
talking about the Second World War and the game and killing Germans. It
Yeah,
was a
all right,
very
all right.
interesting,
So,
a very interesting
yes, it
conversation.
is.
I was
yeah, so
thinking,
let's not break.
I know that there's such a thing as localization, but I think how
Mhm.
can you localize this thing? You have to turn everything upside down. It will be, if you're a German playing this game, you'll have to kill French or what, or Jews or
Yeah,
what?
and wait a second, Masha, because this is messy for those who are listening. Just before hitting the record button, we were talking about. I was basically saying that I'm a bit tired because yesterday I played a computer game till late at night, and so I'm kind of, not really well rested now. And Agata, who is here with us, hi Agata, by the way.
Hello.
Sorry, this episode is a bit messy, but
No problem. Maybe it's
but
better so. I
yes,
am messy.
and yeah, and Agata asked me about what kind of a game, and I said it's a game about killing Germans. And
What is
now,
the name of
because
the
it's
game?
about the game is, well, I keep forgetting the name, it's give me a second. It's funny, that I keep forgetting the name of the game I'm playing. Classified. It's called Classified France 44. So
So maybe it's a
basically, it's
local
about.
game for French market.
I don't think so. It's a big title, I think. And my question was, how does developers of such games approach the release of the game in Germany? Because literally you are killing Germans who are shouting
Hände hoch.
Hände hoch, nicht schießen, nein, nein, nein. And so they are Germans, right? And I wonder, because being a developer of a game and having, this potential huge market, with a lot of really fat wallets in Germany, do you actually resign? How does such titles sell in Germany? It's really interesting
I
to me.
think because of a lot of foreigners in Germany, it could be
Mhm.
possible because you have a lot,
Yes.
you have whole world there.
Yeah, because a
So
lot of
Mhm.
maybe,
Ukrainians now live in Germany.
yeah.
And they would like to
Yes,
kill some Germans.
yes, I met a lot of a few of Ukrainians people living there. Really, in
I mean,
Poland and in Germany. So
I
you are
wonder.
everywhere.
Yeah, of course, but I wonder because of course Germans have created this very, very, very strong division between Germans and Nazi Germany and Nazis.
Hmm.
And who you are actually killing in the game are Nazis. They are not Germans. Of course, they speak German
Yeah,
language.
but it really depends on the generation. I think my generation is the last generation where we don't have this division in our mind. I'll give you an
You mean
example.
Germans are Germans?
No. I hate to say it, but no. I mean, for my generation, because I still have this kind of contact with the Second World War, because my grandfather, I think, well, I mean, he was very little when during the war, but still, I know personally a person who, was alive during this war. That's why I have some sort of connection with this war. I think my generation is the last, and for us, we had, I don't know, maybe because of this, Soviet Union stuff, but we had this strong connection between Germans and sorry, Nazi. Just to give you a quick illustration, my father was a military pilot, and we lived in Germany for 5 years. And when we arrived there, I was 6, and I
That
knew
was
that,
East
okay,
Germany, of
yeah,
course.
of course. And he picked us up at the railway station. He brought us, into a new home, and I knew that, I was going to Germany. I was 6. And he tells me, okay, well, when we start unpacking, he says, just go play outside. And I was like, no way. I'm not going outside because there are fascists there. They had to do a lot of explaining, And that's just a quick illustration of what I mean.
Yeah, but yeah. But just thinking about it, perhaps I should do some research, maybe check, the sales volumes and so on of military games like the one I'm playing, Classified. How do they sell in Germany? Masha, you mentioned at the beginning some kind of localization. Maybe they change, these Nazis into some aliens. Or
But
some, but
we hadn't
I think
aliens
so.
in time of Second War, so it will be not
But
so.
we do have them
Yeah,
now.
but it's a computer game.
Yes, but it's better. I shouldn't say it. I don't know if I can, but no, I don't say it.
Well,
No,
I
sorry.
already,
All right.
because... made a. Okay.
Maybe
This is going to be a very
let's
strange.
change the topic because it's not
No. I mean, I'm
political
totally
correctly. So we can say something not political correctly.
Yeah, a
Agata,
joke.
we
Any
don't have to
joke
be so
starts like
worried.
this: two Poles and one half Russian, half Ukrainian meet in a bar, or something like that.
I wanted to say that we don't have to worry so much about political correctness. There are a lot of subjects that are really interesting that are bordering with this, political correctness and so on. But once again, I just wanted to tell you that I'm tired after yesterday's night.
Thank you. Good to know. I'm tired too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we put so much pressure on Agata that she couldn't sleep all night. And only it's the second episode in a row where I, who live in Ukraine, feel better than anybody else, surprisingly.
Yes,
Yeah,
actually,
that is
yes.
weird, Masha.
Surprisingly, I slept
Maybe.
well. I slept, the whole night. And it was actually
Oh,
the third night in a row in Kiev. No, yes. So
All
good
right.
for you.
So you
Maybe we
sleep
should
better.
go to
yeah,
Ukraine and
maybe you
have a
should move
meeting.
to Ukraine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and have a a peaceful sleep. All right, guys, thank you for this lengthy introduction. With that being said, I have to say one thing. Hi, and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast, a show with meaningful conversations in English with non-natives like myself, Jędrek.
And like myself, Masha, and
And we are, yes, and of course Agata, who's here. Okay, let's not
But I'm
make a
not
secret
language
out of it.
teacher.
You're
So
not a
I'm
language
not
teacher, exactly,
English teacher.
exactly,
Language,
what a
exactly.
yes.
So
messy,
Language
what a
teacher, yes.
messy episode. You promised nobody's going to listen to it because it's Labor Day.
Labor Day, yeah, it's a Labor Day, Agata, when we publish this episode. So we kind of don't expect masses of people joining and listening. So, but still, for those of you who listen, stay with us because there is an interesting conversation about to take place. Agata, when I was I think inviting you to this podcast for some time, and you were
Till November,
reluctant a
I
little
think.
bit. Maybe, yeah, it started long time ago. You were refusing until finally you said yes. I'm really happy. And when I said that you have an interesting life, you said no, not at all. But I was thinking about you for a while, and then wait a second. You are you had so many cool jobs in your life. You are a former.
Can I? Maybe you should introduce Agata properly. It's not any Agata. It's the Agata.
Of course.
Famous.
I mean, yeah, we take it for
Yeah,
granted.
famous. Thank you, Masha.
You are,
Yes,
Jędrek, you are among famous today. You're.
yes. I am. It's only me who's not
It's
famous
yeah.
here. Yeah, it's only this, this ordinary Jędrek here. Yes, Agata.
Sorry.
You may know Agata, of course, from our newsletter. She's publishing "The Bright Side of Life" with a little question mark at the end, which was your idea, Agata, so that it's not so obvious that it's a bright side of life. But I like what you are writing. It's always, some kind of a funny story. Very often spicy, actually.
Really? Yes.
Yes.
Are they really
So,
spicy? One maybe, but the rest?
all right. I guess there are a few lined up that are actually spicy too. Agata, once again, thank you for joining us. You are part of our, let's say, community, being an author in our newsletter. But also, like I said, and I will come back to this, you have quite an interesting life, you've had so far with lots of cool jobs. Like, please remind me, you were a Taekwondo trainer?
Yes, instructor.
Instructor? All right.
I had my own sport club and I teach Taekwondo in this sport club.
All right. And now wait a
From
second.
theory.
Now let's move next. I'm just, I have, of course, I don't have your CV in front of my eyes, but I know that you are learning to play drums now.
Yes, percussion.
And
I love it.
yeah. And then I know also that you are right now training kickboxing.
Yes,
All right.
because I don't have a possibility to do Taekwondo and I lost my heart for that. So I decided to do something what is not so different and also make me fit, will make me fit. So I found some
Kickboxing.
trainer.
Tell us, what is the difference between Taekwondo and kickboxing? I mean, because you are using
Uh,
hands and legs in both of these sports, right? Martial
yes,
arts.
you have to kick, you have to punch, but there are,
Mhm.
I think, I'm not so good because I was already in for training, so I'm not so oriented in kickboxing. But I saw the difference in position, how in Taekwondo you use
Mostly
often
legs, right?
legs, yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
by in kickboxing, you use legs and arms, and I
It's
think
actually more like
mostly maybe
boxing than kicking, right? In kickboxing.
yes, but it's not a box because
You're
in box
allowed
you
to
have
use your
you lose
legs.
on yes
Yes. Yes.
you can kick here and you kick in other part of leg. So by
Only
Taekwondo you kick with your feet mostly, but
Mhm.
by kickboxing you
With your shin, I
kick
think it's
yes
the part of the leg, that
right
is above foot.
right. And
Yes.
that's for me different because
Mhm.
I learned to kick with my feet, but it's not so it's uh, not so safe because of your
Mhm.
leg. So you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
kick
Yeah. Yeah.
in a bone, and you can hurt yourself. So you have to be
Masha,
careful.
you remember for sure Van Damme as a
come on.
kickboxer
Yes.
and how he was
Double Van Damme.
destroying his
Double.
leg. He was what was he hitting? A bamboo or
Yeah.
when he was so
Yeah,
angry
yes,
and
yes,
and
yes.
yeah, it was a great scene.
He was preparing for the
Right.
fight with Tom Paul.
Oh yes, of course. I have to watch this film again.
Yeah, me too. I
Masha is in
saw it.
love with
This film inspired me
Van
and
Damme.
I took up karate.
Yes,
Oh, that's great.
really good.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so martial arts aside, we know Agata, you're a dangerous person, but
No, I'm not, because people who are trained aren't dangerous because they can, they know how to behave themselves.
Mhm, mhm.
But you can control your body and your moves, and you know that your arms or your legs are gone actually. So you have to be careful to when you use it.
So actually, you
You
want to
have to
say that
use it.
if you kick me, you know how you kick me and where you
Sure.
kick me.
Yes,
So
and when you have a black belt in some martial arts, so you
mhm.
are a person who can be judged as a person handling with gun.
Oh, right.
So my hands are guns. When
Yeah,
I
it's like a
after
weapon. It's like a weapon.
yes weapon, I won't say weapon. So
Mhm.
when I will punch you,
When?
and they when
Not if.
It's
Remember that.
okay. If I will punch you, I could go to,
But wait,
I don't
Agata, you
know.
mean that okay? So if I'm not trained and if I punch somebody, I'm
You're
not.
more
I
dangerous
mean,
than yeah.
wait, who's more dangerous? The
Well,
person who
because
has
you
a
don't know
black
what you're
belt or
doing.
me?
No. You don't know what you're
Yes,
doing. You
because
can
I am
even
aware
accidentally
where,
kill a person, you
yes,
know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and person who is trained is aware what she do, or what her do is doing, or
Mm-hmm.
what her do.
What she's doing, yeah. Well, for a second, I wanted to say that, having a black belt in martial arts means that you are punching or kicking people politely because you know what you are doing in a way that, you will, let's say, disarm them or in any way,
Immobilize.
immobilize them
Actually, I
without.
didn't kick somebody after training. It happens twice.
For a second, when you started saying, I didn't kill, I was sure you would say,
Yeah.
I didn't kill, and I was like, oh, cool.
No, I didn't kick and punch somebody, but once I was attacked from somebody on
In the street?
Christmas Eve. Yes, on the street. I was alone and at the street, and this area was quite dangerous because nobody was there. Only streets of both sides of tram. I wanted to go to tram, and the tram is leaving. I was late. I couldn't go.
Mhm,
I couldn't take it.
mhm.
And somebody is coming from upstairs,
All right.
downstairs, and I
Mhm,
while I was going upstairs, somebody is going downstairs, and I knew that it wasn't a passenger. I felt it that it was somebody dangerous, and
mhm,
he attacked me in the middle of this corridor, or I don't know how to say it. So this hall with stairs,
Mhm.
and I was one day before I was on training, and I trained self-defense system, and I was prepared. So somewhere with my brain that I
mhm.
can self-defense, but then in this moment you have a lot of things, minds, actually. You have a lot of minds. What it will be what will happen when I will kick him? He will fall down, and he will
Exactly, and that is,
Break his
maybe
neck.
dead.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I will go to the prison. What should I do? Should I kick, or should I punch, or what to do? And then I remember that I had in my backpack chips, but special ones. I wanted to bring it to this
Christmas party.
evening because I was invited to this evening to somebody, and I had from Germany in chips in form from ghosts or something like that, and I
German chips,
yes, German chips,
not
but
Nazi chips.
because it was no, not Nazi chips, and it was in Poland, and I thought, oh no, when we will now fight, my chips will be broken, and I I defended the chips, actually, while I told them this guy he should let me go, and I think because he grabbed my hand, and
Mhm.
You try to pull
yeah, I
pull it.
pull him, or I did something, and then I ran away. So it was funny because I defended my chips.
But yeah, that's great story. But it leads me to the question that people who are trained in martial arts have. I mean, Is there a difference between, training something in the gym and then using
course,
the same skills,
of
in real life?
course,
Because
because there are arts and they are martial sports. So
yes, exactly.
Taekwondo is martial art. So it's not to go outside and have fight with somebody like by Krav Maga, for example. By Krav
Yeah,
Maga,
yeah, yeah.
when you are fighting in the gym, so you
Hmm.
can fight also outside. You can
In the
self
street. Hmm.
defense
Is
self defense
it's
yourself.
like speaking English in class with your teacher and then going out there, going to New
Oh, yeah,
York and try
exactly,
to
Masha.
communicate with with people.
Yes, actually, it's like when you are learning English or German or something other language in Polish school, and you are abroad, you can communicate because you know only the high level of this language, grammar,
Ah, you mean
properly
bookish. It's
grammar.
very bookish.
Yes, and then you are outside and you can't communicate after a few.
I like the word. You know only high English, and you can't speak with
Yeah.
commons with the commons. You know they speak.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
actually,
it's right. Yeah. It's a really
like that
nice
because you know
metaphor.
you learn a lot of a few years some language, and then you go abroad and you can't communicate because you know they speak too
Colors,
fast. Yes, you know
foods.
Classic,
color.
this is, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what it
but
is.
uh, they speak normal language. They speak, I don't know how to say, so like we are speaking in Polish.
Yeah,
So this,
casual
yes, casual
language.
language.
Not always, it's not always very, I would say,
Practical.
Correctly, it's not
no, it's
correctly.
very practical, Masha. It's very practical, but it's, I mean, the casual language, it's very practical,
Ah,
actually.
their
The
the language, not the one you
Yeah,
learned at
but yeah, but
classroom.
it's not necessarily polite, or it's not necessarily super, I don't know,
Oh
precise, or I don't know how
no.
to say that. All right, so there's a difference between learning martial arts in the gym and then practicing them, of course, in real life, just like with languages. I wanted Agata to mention also that apart from being an instructor, a Taekwondo instructor, and you've also had a couple of really interesting jobs, including what? Give me a second. You've had something to do with an animal shelter, right?
Yes, I'm volunteer in animal
You're a
shelter.
volunteer there. Plus, plus, I know you worked at the airport or airports, various airports, right?
Actually, on one, but
Oh, okay.
they
It was the one in the
had
same. All right. It was
it was
the
one
one in Munich.
two companies. Yes,
Hmm.
two companies, one airport, two terminals. So I
All
know
right.
now quite
You
good
know
with
the Yeah, I know the
Munich
airport
airport.
inside out.
Yes.
All right. The
Yes,
Munich
it
airport.
was interesting to be there and to have the opportunity to see in every uh, mm, r- rooms, like let's say rooms, so to know how it works.
Hmm.
But actually, for me, it was quite uh, boring because you have to do a lot of stuff like after procedures. So you have
Hmm.
to learn procedures, you have to learn systems, and every day is the same because of these procedures, but interesting because of people. But and it was very good to be there because of languages.
Hmm.
I can't remember better place to learn languages as an airport.
To
Whole
learn and
world
to
is there.
use, right? And to
Yes,
use
to
because
use,
yeah.
yes. But you learn using it.
I think it's, the problem you mentioned, on the one side, the contact with people and so on the other side, this bureaucracy or this kind of, I don't know how to call that.
Yes,
But
but it's have to be
this is
because of
typical for
dangerous.
so
Because
many jobs these days. I mean, doctors complain about it, teachers complain about it, airport personnel complains about it. There is, we have some kind of a problem with this.
I think in this place is it okay because after when you don't have procedures, the plane
Yeah, sure,
will not
sure.
go.
There is very little room for improvisation.
No room from improvisation. Only there is one place for improvisation, handling with passengers. And I had a nice story with them because I was bored on gate because of the same procedures, and I put the passengers to the plane, and I had to scan their board card, and actually that's it. So I stand there, and there was one passenger with his wife or girlfriend. I don't know. It's not. It
All right,
doesn't
a partner,
matter what.
life
Yeah, a
partner.
partner.
All right.
And he gave me his ticket to scan it, and he has a bowl of yogurt in her hand, and I
Sorry,
gave
sorry.
him
What was that? A ball?
Yogurt.
What was it?
yogurt bowl,
Oh, a bowl.
a
All right, a
bowl
bowl. All
with
right.
a
Yeah, a
yogurt
bowl, yogurt.
with
All
some
right. Fine,
ingredients
fine.
inside.
All
So
right.
he took it like that in front of me, and I gave him a ticket, but especially that way that that I could take this bowl. So I wanted that he gives me a bowl, and I gave him a ticket, but he fighted for this bowl. He took it faster and wanted to give me. So I decided, oh, should I fight with him or better not? Because you don't know why what his behavior will be. So I
But
decided
wait.
to fight.
I don't get it. Why would a person
Yeah.
enter or want to board the plane with yogurt? It was, I
Why
understand,
not?
it
Why
was
not?
an
He no,
opened,
he could
unconsumed,
unconsumed.
or
You can go with some
food on board.
things. Yes, you can with coffee or with salad or with newspaper. So there are small things you can take it
So
with you.
why wouldn't you let him simply board the
Because
plane?
I was hungry.
Ah,
That was only one reason, and I wanted to make some joke, and we and he wanted to give me this ball, and he pressed their fingers faster on this, and I pushed it,
all right. And you were
and
all right.
he was surprised what happened, but he wanted to leave this ball, and his partner started to laugh. And then he mentioned that it was a joke, and he laughed too. And he told me, "Don't fight for it. It's her. So you will have some problem with her." And I
All
told him,
right, all
"No,
right.
no, she's laughing. She will give me. She will give it to me." And he whole way to it's called finger. This trap you have to go to
Finger.
airport. Finger, yes,
Finger.
finger.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
In the
know it
Polish
though.
language, we would say sleeve, but I know it's called finger. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hear them laughing.
I hope
Right,
not
the
right.
way
middle
to-
finger.
No, I also not.
All right, but wait.
But maybe sometimes it's a middle finger. Oh.
That is so cool, and stories like that from working with people. But then again, there is this kind of also routine, right? That
Yes, that
enters
you when you
the work.
when you want to break it, you have possibility on gate. So
That's the only
actually,
place when.
yes, but
Where you
in
could fool
putting
around
while
a little bit.
putting guests to airport to aircraft, because before you have a lot of things to do, a lot of things, and you have to do it on time. You have time for everything. You have some.
Tell me, or tell us, how does it feel meeting so many people just once in your lifetime? Because I believe that working at an airport, you see faces, millions of faces every day, but basically you see them once in your lifetime and never again.
That's
Um,
true.
so,
Sometimes is it good that you see the person once,
yes,
but sometimes it's a pity because they were very polite and kindly. I
yes.
have experience with customers service before. I worked on customer service while chatting and having taking phones,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like a boxer sack. So I
Like
like
boxing bag, like a boxing
boxing
bag.
bag, yeah, because they needed help from me, but they were very unpolite, and
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
it.
yeah. People, yes,
And
yes.
that's why I wanted to start to do something other, help people other way
Mm-hmm.
while giving my service in airport, because I wanted to check if it's change the behavior of people when they will see me, and indeed there is a big difference when people see you, when they see that you are able, that you will help them, that you are aware of their problems, that you smile when that you are polite, kindly, and you give your um, effort to help them. They treat you nice and polite
Mm-hmm.
too. And
Mm-hmm.
I had a million of people handling on airport, and maybe one person, two persons were not polite.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly they were very nice. We could joke, and we could speak. They was funny sometimes. Sometimes neutral, but
Mm-hmm.
not
Neutral, that is the German,
neutral. Okay,
yeah,
neutral,
neutral, yeah, neutral,
neutral.
yeah.
But they were, yeah, they were fine. I like it. I like this job better as than on sitting on computer and people don't see you, and they
Yeah,
treat you
yeah.
as an
That is,
machine.
I think I always had this reflection that people are generally great. I think wherever you go, if I know if you need some help, I don't know, and so on, people are generally great, but there are places when you simply don't want to get in touch with them. I don't know what are these places
But
like. Places
I
like.
was in uniform, so that's
Mhm.
make also the difference
You're right.
between between
But
that.
even Agata, even hitchhiking, I mean, it's probably not the best way to travel around these days. But who knows, If you hitchhike, I haven't hitchhiked in my life a lot, maybe once or twice, but I heard lots of stories from people who, for example, who were hitchhiking across Europe and they were invited to wedding parties, somewhere in Albania. It's amazing, what people, how good people actually are. Unfortunately, of course, there are accidents that happen too. Well, that's what it is.
I
But
think
but I think people are generally
when you
great.
are open for other people, when you are kindly, when you are
Mhm.
not stupid because you have to follow some rules, because you know when you
Maybe
are
maybe not
going,
stupid, but Agata, not naive.
sometimes also stupid.
Hmm.
simply stupid, because when you
Mhm.
do things you know you shouldn't do, it's stupidness or not naivety.
Yeah, we could debate. No, it's a huge question, by the way. Where's the line separating
Yeah.
stupidity from naivety? Or naiveness? Masha, what is the correct form? You are the policeman here, or the police woman, sorry.
But not the
I have no
language,
idea.
the political
All right, not the line.
correctness.
Okay. Yes.
And I actually
It's great.
broke the rule myself today.
All right.
So am I
Well,
stupid
who
or naive?
cares? I mean, yeah, but once again, I have often this feeling that people are great. It's enough to approach them. It's enough to approach them, and it's really rare to meet with a hostile reaction, or I don't know, some sort of a lot of uh, hostilities that we see are basically on TV, right? But not in real life. But
Unless
yeah,
you
that
are
is.
me and you are polite to people, they don't want to be polite to you. Like my experience in the second company on the airport, I
Oh yeah.
can't understand it till now, what
Hmm.
happened there. And I think the people are simply primitive.
But is it the people or is it the system? Because there is always you.
Yeah, maybe connected, because in the same company, on one airline there were the primitive
Hmm.
ones, and
Hmm.
in the other airlines there were normal
Well,
people.
maybe we need some more. We need some more details here. Of course, without going into personal stuff, but I think it's all about the management, and the class of the people who are at managerial positions. You worked in a company that was understaffed, that had too few people, right? Employed,
Yes, but both
employed,
both of employers had were understaffed,
understaffed.
so
All right.
everybody
But
needs
yeah, but it
people.
comes
So
down,
you
it comes down to details, like something like the way you communicate with people, the way um I don't know, the
my
way
way
you
was the same. I was I had the experience in one. So I felt from bottom to the top. Yeah, from top to the bottom. Changing this company, because I was
Mhm,
in one company. There was very very polite. The culture of this company, the culture
mhm,
of communication there was high, very
mhm,
very high, on top.
mhm, mhm.
And uh, after changing, on the first day I disappointed my decision, because I saw the big difference.
Mhm.
Actually,
Mhm.
it was so huge that I couldn't understand why. The
Yeah, that
same
is,
place, the same
but exactly.
actually community, because we did the same thing, but in
Mhm.
other company.
And,
And
and we can clearly see the value of something that is called company culture, right?
yes, company culture. And
Yeah.
this company
I- It's
haven't
it's
any
it's
culture.
amazing how different organizations can be in terms of exactly approach to the people, employees, and
It
and
was
everything.
horrible. I felt like a slave there, and
Hmm.
under-supported. I should do, after my second day or third day, something things that I couldn't do, because I didn't land it. And
Didn't have the
somebody,
skills. Yeah, yeah.
yes, my co-workers told me I have to do it, and she screamed me
Hmm.
in front of passengers. So it was
Oh
horrible.
my
I
God. Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
I
It's
couldn't
straight up.
understand what's the problem here. Why
Hmm.
she let me? Why she didn't let me do the things I knew I could, instead of letting me do things I didn't know, and that make more stress, because the passenger was
Sure,
stressed.
sure, sure, sure.
She should pay for his bag, and she didn't know about it because the rules on the website
Weren't
wasn't
clear.
weren't
Yeah.
clear, and it was accidentally like that because they want to earn money. So if you read something, read correctly and good, because not everything what is written, it's the in the reality also like that, because we have a lot of problems with that passengers that has a bag like described on website, but it was not the I don't know,
You mean, but the problem
case,
was
and
that
you
the
should
bag.
to pay.
All right.
And if you appeared on check-in, you could pay, for example, 50 euro for it. But when you are already made already check-in online, and you are appear on gate is the price bigger. So you have to pay 60 euro for something you did, you thought you can take free of charge.
Yeah.
So it was, passengers was very angry, very stressed, and my colleague in this on this airline was very unfair with passengers. There was very unpolite, and I didn't like it, and maybe
And
that's why.
I got to be honest. Where was the real problem? The website didn't communicate.
Yes, yes.
All
And
right.
then personal, because a lot of people, a lot, maybe not a lot, but there are, it depends of who is on gate or on check-in. When there are friendly person, they let you take it with you. But when you have the colleague like I had, my coworkers, no, you have to pay, and you have to pay. When not,
And now
you
we are
stay.
touching, the essence of the problem, and that is always at the end of the day certain personal decision that has to
Yes,
be made by the decision maker. That is the person who is at this a critical point in the system, and you can make
supervisor, for
things.
example.
Yeah, whatever is the function, but you can make things go smoothly, or you can be a stickler for the rules, and you basically interpret it says here it's like that,
Yes, but you
I
can say
remember.
it politely and
Sure.
in calm
Yeah, and
way,
of
and
course, and there is another level of it.
explain
Yes.
and explain
Yes,
and
of course.
explain, and told
Of course.
to passengers, sorry, that is not my not that I have to follow my rules because I will lose my job, and like that. But there were persons saying, it's not my problem, you have to pay. Don't want you pay, so go away.
I met in my life so many people at these critical points who were either very let's say human, I'm going to say that, and who understood the problem and who were helpful. And I also met a lot of people who were simply sticklers for the rules, and they wouldn't move even 1 centimeter. But that makes a huge difference. Sometimes you have to shoulder the responsibility for something, for your decision, and that is what people are afraid of.
Yes, because when you, for example, when you there is some weight you can take to the aircraft, or check your bag, so they have to be in some weight rams frames. And when you don't follow the rules, then it could be dangerous, because the plane will overweighted. So
yeah,
it
it will
is
be too heavy,
important.
basically. Yes.
Yes, and yes, it is a responsibility. You should follow the rules, but sometimes you see that when you break a little bit the rule,
Or maybe
because
not
of
break, but
leg.
bend. You bend the rules, because it's not about breaking that. It's bending. It's not breaking. It's not.
It's yeah,
That
but
is
like you
exactly
said,
this.
it's human. Simply, it's human because you see the woman with two children and one, for example, one scroller, and
Mhm,
my colleague didn't let her go. She told her she has to let it by bulky luggage. She let her go there, and by bulky luggage, they told her she has to come to us and have a special backpack. But the colleague
mhm,
wasn't there, and the woman was so frustrated. She cried, she screamed, she
mhm.
yelled over me, and I told her, please be patient, please calm down. Please explain me what is your problem, because I didn't notice you were by my colleague. I don't know
Mhm,
what
mhm.
happened. Please tell me one more time what happened. And she told me that she she's traveling every time with this trolley, and she every time was allowed to go it to aircraft. And what should she do, because the child need this. So I gave her this label, and I told her that she should
Yeah, yeah.
hidden it a little bit, because the colleague will be on gate. And it was
And that is,
without
exactly
problem.
this is what I'm talking about. Listen, I've got one story from the post office here in my town in France. I was once, mm, I had this, what's the name of that aviso, a slip of paper that the mailman or the mail uh, person is leaving in your box, right? That you can mm, um,
Take
get
your
this
post.
package, yeah, yeah, in the post office, right? Because you weren't home. So I took it. It was addressed for my wife, and I took it. I didn't have my wife's ID, which is according to the rules. It's this is how you get the parcel. That you have to show the person's ID. At least who's mentioned there. And I didn't have it, but there was a lady. I was lucky, I guess. But there was a lady in
Counter.
that stand, yeah, uh, in the post office, who looked at me, and I showed her my ID with what we shared the same surname, of course. And she looked at my ID, looked at this parcel, and she said, "Oh, I see your wife is Natalia. It's just like me. I am Natalie. Here is your parcel. Go." You know, and it's. I mean, you may think it's funny. Is it breaking the rules? Is it bending? I think yes. If there was some kind of a supervisor who was, "Hey, what are you doing? You are giving the parcel to a stranger. Who a person who is not even.
Yes, actually, but you couldn't. Maybe you live separately. You could
Yeah, I mean,
live
yeah, I could be.
separately.
I could
So
even have accidentally the same surname, which is
yeah,
not so rare. But it. I mean, what does it take for her? It was just she somehow knew, or basically she risked, but she knew that I am um, Natalia's husband. That I came there. Somehow she assessed my behavior, like, okay, he's an honest man. It's super hard, I
Why
think,
do
to
you
do it.
expect her to do this when you can't even remember to take your wife's ID when you go to the post office?
I didn't, Masha. I mean, it was, I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't think about it because I just collected that slip of paper from my mailbox, going out from my home. And I had it in my backpack, and then I said, okay, let's go and let's pick it up. I didn't really think about this necessity of having my wife's
but
ID with
Jędrek,
me.
the
I
I thought
always
that
mostly
my
think
ID would
about
be.
these people, these poor post people, whoever, people who have to.
No, but I didn't do it on purpose. If she said
Well,
sorry,
of course, you
and
didn't do it on
I met
purpose,
many
but
times, many
but
times I met the situation when they didn't actually give me the parcel because
And
something
they
was
were
missing.
right.
You know? They were right, but at the same time,
Yes,
imagine.
because the famous thieves were very polite and very
Yeah, of course,
nice.
but
So
this is how you break the
Lupin,
system. This is how you break the system.
But systems are good because we have systems in place. We can everything functions smoothly. You
Yeah,
maybe
but then you
don't
have to
appreciate
have a
because you
ton
live
of
in a
documents,
country.
and if the all right, Masha, go on.
You should go and try and live somewhere, I don't know, Papua Guinea for a year, where there are no systems.
Why?
I have no idea if they have any systems in place. I'm sorry again, I'm breaking the rules for the second time. But
Being racist
if there is
and
a system, then it's like an agreement, and you have your share of responsibility, and you expect that you can be careless, or this argument that I didn't do it on purpose. I love it. What the hell am I supposed to do? Okay, he didn't do it on purpose. Oh, if he did it on purpose, that would be a different case. But it's my head that will be chopped off. It's my job that I will lose if
yeah.
something goes wrong. If you are a very, jealous husband and would open your wife's parcel, and then your wife would come
Mhm.
and demand something from me, it's
yes,
there is a
that's why
system,
it's
and
a
it's not very
responsibility.
difficult to follow the rules. So everybody should follow the rules.
I mean, Masha, I couldn't agree
Generally,
more
yes.
with you, but uh, it impressed me a lot. I mean, and nothing bad really happened. I didn't open the parcel. I just, it helped me a lot during the day. And
That's
this
a
is just one
terrible
one
argument.
situation.
Nothing bad happened. That's a very bad argument. I'm sorry.
I know, Masha, but if you know very well that there are also officers or some clerks who, if they want to find a way to
Oh
reject you,
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
will
That's a
find.
different.
They
That's a
will find.
different situation. That's a
And you,
different
and that's
situation.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
These
talking
are the
about. There
system
are.
who. These are the people who thrive in systems like Agata explained, like the second one, because and you said before that maybe 25 minutes ago that it's not the people, it's the system. But no, it's not the system. I mean, it is the system, but some people like Agata will simply not, they will not be able to work there and they will leave. But there are some people like her supervisor who will
Mhm.
thrive under
Yes,
such conditions. So it's not the system, it's always the people, always.
it is always the people. I mean, yeah, of course. But like I said, as if you have any sort of responsibility anywhere in a given system, there are ways that you may play it safe and go by the book and require all necessary documents, every little signature. If there is something missing, you know, um, you
Yeah,
you
but this is
reject
the
people.
this is the middle way, and we are talking about extremes. When people would like your Natalie at the post office, and
Hmm.
people like Agata supervisor. This is another extreme when very even given very little power, this
Hmm.
power will corrupt these people, because even if it's
Hmm.
just your whatever signature, something so not important, but this
Hmm.
power does terrible things to certain people. And this is
Yes,
another
yes, I
extreme. And
agree.
I'm talking about
I agree.
just simply, I call it the middle way. When there are rules and you follow the rules, not because you want to hurt the person and not because you want to help a lazy, careless, whoever
Hmm.
bum, you know,
Hmm.
and lose your job in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that is, that is this kind of ability uh, to s- to bend the law or to circumnavigate, and maybe not to circumnavigate, but to bend the law.
Circumnavigate, nice, nice word for
No, I mean, because I don't want to say, to do something illegal, but
yeah.
sometimes you make a decision. It may be a very small decision at a very low level. It's not even super. Like opening the bank's vault or something. You know?
Yeah,
But
you help somebody who is in trouble. Yeah.
you help somebody simply, and it sometimes doesn't take a lot. It takes just taking one little step, towards the person.
But imagine
And
there are like 2 Jendriks per day in this person's life. So what is the
yeah, sure.
number? How many people you should help?
Yeah, exactly. But I told you I was lucky. Maybe she had a good day. Maybe maybe she received a very, optimistic SMS just a few seconds before. Maybe she fell in love. Maybe she, I don't know, because normally it's not usual. I don't say it's usual, but I must say that there is this old France. It's dying out right now, because France is, of course, drowning in tons of papers, paperwork, bureaucracy, and so on. But there is this old generation of clerks
Mhm.
who can take this responsibility on their shoulders, and they can, if they see that you are an honest person, and they see it with their third eye, this eye, and they know it, they will help you, And if you are polite to them, that is another thing, because politeness gives birth to politeness.
So I think they do it because they feel deep in their hearts that the system is unfair, or maybe they remember
Yes,
what you describe old France and how things
yes,
used to be, and what they see is
yeah,
happening right now. They
yeah, I
see
think so.
unfair, and
Yes,
then
I
they
think
are
so.
those knights in
Yes.
shining armor that stay in the system and choose to make people's lives better. Then they're
Yeah, I
heroes.
don't I don't think they are, maybe they are motivated by that, but they are simply, somehow above the rules, but not in the wrong sense,
Above the rules which are not fair. It's very important
That is,
here.
yeah, but Masha, this is the same, applies to judges in courts. You have the law, of course, you have the paragraphs, of course, you can interpret them literally, sure, but it doesn't mean that it will be fair always, that the judgment, the final verdict will be fair, even if you stick to the letters of the law, because there is this spirit of the law that is somehow, it's somewhere above, and a judge who is experienced and who can see through the case. I think, they don't interpret literally the law. This is for the young judges to do, but not the old judges who of course, who are judges, not just, by profession, but I would say by vocation.
Yeah, but there's always a judge above them who will
Sure.
reconsider the case and look at,
Yes.
And I
Yes.
know
But sometimes.
I
Yeah.
once, I'm not proud of it, but I once won a case against, what was it, a police officer, and
Mm-hmm.
I was speeding. I was speeding. I definitely was
Mm-hmm.
speeding. They were right, and I got this fine, and I didn't pay it on time, and they basically lost time. They forgot
Mm-hmm.
to do what they had to do, and their time was over according to the law. And when and they sued me, and when I came to the judge, this was my argument, that I appealed to the, what is it called, formality of the law, not
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
spirit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
looked at me and said, yeah, you were right technically, but were you speeding? And I was like, does it matter? And I won. I'm not
Yeah, that
proud of
was
it, but
when
it was
that
like,
is.
a game for me. Like, I had a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
that was when it was on your side, of course, of course. But it again, if you were, to be fair and honest, you would say, yeah, I was speeding, and I had to pay. All right. Agata, thank you for sparking this, a reflection about, people in a system, or systems and people in it, rules, and some sort of, at the end of the day, trust between people. I don't know how do you trust that person, that he's a husband of that particular, person, and so on. It's fantastic. But these are small things that are not reserved just for, the top management, but there are various levels let's say, decision makers, and we all may sometimes either follow the letter of the law and be safe, or risk and be human. It's great. I
Yeah,
love that.
it's a topic because you have to choose, and it's your responsibility on the end of the day.
So
Yes.
imagine when all of these workers at the post office will be, you know who?
All right. Oh yeah, yeah. AIs.
AI.
It will be a heartless world, cold and with
It will be
very
a
very little
world where
room
you will
for.
always have to remember to bring your wife's ID. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That will be the world. Nothing will.
Hey,
Nothing.
but they don't listen to emotions, to humans' emotions.
Maybe they do, but they don't
they are
care.
AIs.
They
Yeah,
are
they don't
AI.
care.
Ah, okay,
It will
okay.
be a cold world, but I think there will be a different way of circumnavigating that. It will be basically hacking. Through hacking. So you can hack the system.
Human nature,
But
there's always, you always want to hack something, hack the system.
no,
Because you
but
don't
in the
want to
case of
remember to take your wife's ID with you. Oh my God.
But
yeah,
he's Polish. He's Polish.
now
We Polish people will every time break the system or find some hacks on tricks and do the life easier. Or Jędrek, what do you say?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I have a lot of Polish blood
He has a
inside
lot
of
to
me,
say
and
to
Polish
that,
thinking.
but I think you are about to have a class.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So unfortunately, we have to put a full stop somewhere here. It's a pity, Agata. It was fantastic meeting you here and
Thank you for
having
inviting.
a conversation with you. It's great. Thanks a lot for once again for sparking these reflections, about systems and people and so on.
With pleasure every time.
Yes.
So
We meet all three of us, I guess, in a newsletter, right? Which
Yeah.
everybody can subscribe. The links are in the description. Thank you for listening on this laborious day.
Yes.
Or whenever you
Sorry
listen to this podcast.
for my mistakes.
Oh.
It's not.
Agata, don't worry about the mistakes. I think communication is worth more than correctness or whatever. Even if you didn't build your second conditional right in here or there, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it was great. Thanks a lot once again, because thanks to you, we had a really really fantastic conversation.
Thank you too.
Thank you. This was another episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.